It seems like our Instagram growth has slowed down over the past couple of months. Any ideas on why this could be and what to do about it? I feel like everyone's struggling with Instagram at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Our next course on our membership will actually be focused on Instagram because there's so much changing with it, and I think it's needed to.
I feel like we've gone a big loop. Actually, we've gone for the went to TikTok, Spotify, and then it's all come back round to Instagram again. I think we all went through phases, and we've gone back to what we know, except for organic reach. It's Reels now.
Mm-hmm. So, taking a look at your Instagram quickly, you have a very clear aesthetic. You've used the feed to show industry professionals who you are, which I think is great because, like we've said this whole video, Spotify and other music industry professionals care about that. Starting with the basic stuff, profile picture I'd change so it's a picture of the band because just your logo doesn't give enough away unless this is your image on every platform. No. So your Spotify image should match your Instagram image. Say someone discovers you on Spotify, they look for you on Instagram and it's a different image. They may not find you or think it's your real account. So just match those up and it will show a lot more personality in who you actually are as a band.
Take the word any out of your bio. It says your email address for any booking inquiries. Just do for booking inquiries. I think it's a bit sharper, it's a bit more confident, and it looks a bit less kind of like, please email us for booking inquiries.
With the bio, embrace me to the end. I don't know if this is like your slogan or if it's the name of an album or something, but it's not giving much away. If I discovered you I have just opened your Instagram for the first time. I have no idea what you're about or what you're going to give me from following you. So add a bit more in there, whether that is you guys just doing crazy stuff, whether it's the behind the scenes of the music creation. Show a bit more character with that bio and show people what they're going to get from following you. Highlights, as we've said this whole video, they suck. Everyone's highlights suck.
Let's do a video on highlights. Should we do a video on highlights?
Yeah. Yeah.
On YouTube, not like a course or anything, just put it on YouTube.
Yeah. Story is a behind the scenes of...
It's not too bad.
No?
No,
it shows a bit of character, practicing. Again, you need more.
Yeah.
But you need to be posting more than one story a day. Let's see what you're doing on Reels, because the feed stuff looks good. I like it. Reels look too promotional. You can't put trailers for things on TikTok and Reels and expect them to do well. Reels are reaching a new audience. TikTok is reaching a new audience. Promoting something and pushing people to another platform is too much to ask. So instead of making this out now on YouTube, just take a clip from it and shove it straight on. And that's it. You're not trying to push anyone anywhere. You got a podcast. That's cool. I think, I can't tell if it's ironic. I can't tell if it's...
I think it'll be a real podcast.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's just too well set up.
There you go.
It's better set up than ours.
I thought he was talking to himself.
No, I like that. I think you've got to accept, though, that as a new artist that you're not going to get big views or listens on that podcast. But the clips for Reels is perfectly good. I think that is a good way to start engaging your audience and getting new views and opinions out there. So, yeah, I like that.
Although I do believe from that clip, it looks like you're talking about your music.
Oh.
Which is stupid. Don't create a podcast talking about your music. Instead, yeah, you're talking about your music video. Your podcast should be surrounding you as a band, what you represent, basically as if you're just grabbing a beer together. That's all it should be. Because if that podcast clip, I turned the sound on and you were saying something funny, I'd follow.
Yep.
But instead, you're promoting your music, which most people will find your Instagram from your music anyway. So it's not needed. You could grow your audience purely from a podcast if those videos did very well on Reels and on TikTok. And then you, within one podcast, you're like, oh, by the way, we just released a song. People would go listen. So you don't need to use the podcast to promote. Use the podcast as a way of getting discovered.
Yeah. It's kind of a balance. We've had two extremes there. We've had Leif Cofield on TikTok, who has become a full character and no music. And then we've got this contrast, which is all music. And the answer is somewhere in between in terms of being able to find your values as an artist and applying it to everyday things is absolutely fine. But trying to have nothing to do with your music and just going for the views and then using it as a platform to try and plug music isn't going to work or isn't going to be the best use of your time. But also expecting people to care about the behind the scenes as you an artist is also too extreme the other way as well.
I think you have a lot of potential, though. You're clearly comfortable on camera. Just make those small changes. And I also think you've got some performance-style videos on here. I think go back to doing these as well. Look at what's trending on TikTok, on Reels. Perform them in your own style, especially if it's not in your style. It'll be so much more interesting. And take advantage of using the text on the screen as well, because if you're scrolling on your feed and you see a Reels, the sound doesn't automatically come on. And a lot of people don't go on Instagram purely to scroll Reels. So if you want to get pushed out and you might come up on suggested posts, make sure you're putting text so people are more likely to put the sound on. It's
interesting because we never said that when we first started our YouTube channel is start performing your track and put it on the likes of Instagram or TikTok. Because when we started this channel, we had Instagram without Reels, YouTube and Spotify. We didn't have TikTok. Yeah. So now there's an amazing opportunity for artists to be able to actually just set up in your living room with some nice lighting and perform your track, and it can get views and go viral. So we've completely changed what we've been saying, because say back in 2019, if you go back to some of our videos there, you will probably find us saying you need to do something a bit more like what Leif was doing. But because we've now got the opportunity to perform the track, and if the lighting's good enough, the sound's good enough, and the track is good enough, then it is going to get pushed out and you have a place to put it. TikTok and Reels. You've got a place to put it now that is going to push it out. So that is why we've shifted our opinion to be able to say, perform your track. And like I said about the balance, somewhere halfway in between, you can be performing your track and it gets pushed out. Plus,
TikTok is the most incredible platform for musicians. It's as if the platform was made for musicians. We speak to them on a monthly basis, and weekly they will send us updates on what they're pushing on the platform that's music related. We share this with all our members. They have access to all of this information. And every time I receive an email from them, it blows my mind, because you have artists complaining that they can't breathe, they can't get attention. And TikTok, a billion, like they're literally making billions. They are for free telling you how you can promote your music. They're saying, oh, by the way, we're actually going to be pushing out on the For You page this specific hashtag to do with music. And oh, by the way, we've got this huge established artist working this release. We're looking for people to stitch it and we'll push it. They're literally promoting you for free. And like 5 years ago, we had people complaining about YouTube. We had people complaining about Spotify, and they still do. But now it's TikTok. You can't just live your life complaining about all of these platforms and do nothing about it. I'm not saying that you were, guys, the ones we were answering the question about.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's just be grateful for those platforms, and the algorithms are going to change, and you have to change with them.